Hey guys, Rob here with a new video. I'm actually currently working on a bigger video, but as usual, while working on big videos, I come across so many new things in the process and that I can't keep track of it all. And I end up either tossing putting the video to the side and never finishing it, or I lose what I saw, what I figured out, I'll forget because of all the distractions. And I came to realize that, when you think about it, what I'm claiming about our planet is that it's covered by reoccurring patterns, and then I claim the entire surface is covered by these reoccurring patterns, and that all of the reoccurring patterns are related to directly to a single reoccurring pattern. There's one it's like a pyramid, it's like there's one at the very top that's responsible for all them below. And this is something that would defy the theory of plate tectonics because, well, its theory doesn't support such a thing from happening. It just doesn't. There are no reoccurring patterns like what I'm claiming in plate tectonics. So it's actually weird because it's as if they become blind to them. Because their theory doesn't support such a thing, they're unable to see them, even though they cover the entire surface of the planet. And you would think that my evidence, or what would prove me correct, would be to simply just take one of the recurring patterns from near the top of the pyramid, and then it should just simply align with everything below. And you would think that by doing such a thing, that would be strong enough to prove that I'm right, or at least something, right? I mean, that would be, to be honest, for me, it's solid. If I do such a thing, I already know that that's it, the end of plate tectonics. But for the rest of the world and the geologists that support plate tectonics, not so easy. Not so easy. They're going to need much more evidence than that. But I don't see why or how. Because what their evidence is for supporting their claims doesn't even compare to what I'm showing you in these alignments. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. This right here is what I'm going to say is close to the top of the pyramid of reoccurring patterns. It's this shape right here. And you would think that because I could simply line it up, I'm just looking at this, I'm not worried about the other stuff, even though those things will line up too. I'm looking at that, and then, and remember it's spinning, so it'll also fit reversed. I'm going to bring it just simply anywhere I go, and just look for a spot to put it into, and see if it matches. You can see that there's some rotation that needs to be done, because you'll see that this end that looks like the end of a banana could fit into here if it was rotated around even. But it still fits. It still fits the features where it's at. Now, I haven't practiced this, so you gotta let me warm up. I'm warming up as I'm showing you this. Okay, let me change the image. Okay, so I rotated the planet a little bit. I'll start off at the same thing again. You can see that this area is matching up as where I'm putting it, as it is. This is too. But this is a reoccurring pattern of this. So it's kind of confusing, but it'll line up too. You can see that it's lining up here. And it's lining up here. You can simply tell that if I rotate this, it will line up here. And it probably still lines up anyways if I don't. You can see that it simply lines up here. And here, 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 this is the reality of these reoccurring patterns, is that if this is responsible for the features you see, it's going to line up no matter what. And it does. And what I'm claiming is that by simply showing you that it does line up is evidence that says that I'm correct. Look how it lines up in here. These are complicated, but not so complicated that people cannot see that what I'm saying is correct. It's still lining up, by the way, even though I'm not talking. I'm just trying to show, like right here, see how it lines up here, even this gouge. Okay, let me change the image here because it's starting to, okay, there we go. You can see that it fits in here. See how it fits over and over again? Then you can see it's matching. It's actually what's going on here. There's something that I'm not pointing out also, is that this is spinning. But so I'm showing you only half. What you see matching up here is only half of what's matching up. There's actually another half that's matching up if I simply spin this around like that. So all the things that was fitting the other way, now here's the other half of the alignments. See how it still fits? I'm talking about this. Here's the other half. I don't know how it got up there. See how it fits in this red zone here? See how it just fit in there when I moved it like that? This is like a egg beater. I mean, you guys can see that this matches up, right? It's not magic, or I know because my trolls, they claim to not see this. That's what they claim. They see that these don't line up, but how could you say they don't line up when they line up everywhere? See how it fits in there everywhere, no matter where I put it almost? Look. It's because if you think of this as a fractal, this would be one of the primary pieces of the fractal that's being played out over and over and over again. It looks different because there's different layers of molten material covering it while it's making the surface features. And you can tell that this spins. That's the other thing, is this is rotating. See, this is where it gets more complicated, but it does fit. See, look, I rotated it around. You can see how this part is fitting right here. And then this part comes in and fits here. This is a reoccurring pattern of this. It's getting hard to see though. Look how complicated it is. I can barely see it myself. You can see how this is twisting up. It's weird how it got really hard to see all of a sudden. See, now I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me spin it around too. You can see this looks like a head here. See how it matches? Over and over again. And you could tell this will fit again if I rotate it and flip it around. Like that. See the swirling here? This right here, see how it fits? It's funny that I could make an absurd claim that the surface features of our planet are made by reoccurring patterns and that they're all related to one. And that would be absurd because it would be so easy to discredit or prove. And by lining it up, or if it doesn't line up, it's not, I'm wrong. But if it does line up with everything, I'm right. You would think that would be good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You don't understand, like, when people are convinced of something that's not right, it's almost impossible to convince them of the truth, because that's how much power they give their beliefs over reality. And our science is a great example of that. The group of people that are supposed to be the anti of that are the ones that are the most under its control. What's funny is that in past videos I've shown the most incredible alignments and pieces of evidence that destroy plate tectonics, and when I do it, I'm still blown away by how many, like, I mean, that the trolls and people that see it and just like blow it off. I don't understand that. When I got amazing evidence with alignments that I know personally destroys plate tectonics 100%, but all the trolls do is act in denial, and then it's just forgotten. That's why I'll never give up in trying to show this, because well, I know what it is. I know that what I'm showing you is the truth. I know for a fact that plate tectonics is wrong. So I'm just not going to roll over because a few trolls decide to act as if they're in denial of any of my evidence. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It makes me want to do this even more. It makes me want to keep going. I have to do this for the rest of my life, it looks like, because of that ignorance. Because look at these alignments right here. They tell the story, like I claim, of the planet's creation. There would be no alignments if I was wrong. And these are alignments. These are alignments, big time. Showing you what gouged areas out, well, a different layer of the gouge, and vice versa. See that? These are matches right here. This is distorted by the curvature of the planet. But if I go get the right one, it'll match even better. But this matches up like this. Then you got these markings on Africa that are basically another record of what happened over here. and ultimately will always line up with this. So when I claim that reoccurring patterns make up the surface of our planet, and trolls say that nothing I show lines up, well, then it boils down to proving it. And when I take something that fits in everything, that's proof that I'm right. But then they just act as if they're ignorant of it and carry on. I got one guy who he posts a comment like every couple weeks because it takes that much time for him to erase the memory of the last alignment, I guess. And then he comes back assuming that it never happened, and he comes back all cocky and arrogant and talking smack, but he just all he did was give himself time to remove the remove what he thought he what he saw previously, and then he comes back acting as if I have no chance of proving anything, and then I beat him again. Every time we have an exchange, I beat this guy, and he comes back 2 weeks later, pretending that it never happened, and then he comes back and I do it again, and I do it again. It's been like this for a whole year. This guy, watch, eventually he'll come back and claim that I didn't answer a question of his from a year ago, which I did over and over again. But he gives it time. It's like time is on his side. He just goes away for a while and then comes back and as if nothing happened before, like he forgot or something. It's kind of bizarre, and it's strange. I have another guy that when we argue, he just ignores my points, and then he continues on adding things into the argument that have nothing to do with what we're arguing about, and then he thinks he wins the argument. It's weird. It's like some people, I'm not saying everybody, there's a lot of people that actually believe me here, and they see what I'm showing, but it's the people that keep coming back for more, even though they keep getting stomped, Anyways, you can see how this is matching up. I could go through the whole planet like this, but you're better off doing it yourself and seeing it with your own eyes and your own hands, because you'll believe those more than you'll believe me. And look, this is a good one right here. Here's Italy, and the shape right here. You can just tell that this is responsible for Italy. And that's a complicated image right there. But yet it's fitting up. Over and over again. Well, it's fitting up for us. For my trolls, none of this is lining up for some reason. Even though I'm showing you that it is. You can see it with your own eyes. It's lining up over and over and over again, to the point where you can move it and it looks like it's coming out of it, This is exactly what I would predict would happen if you have the top of the pyramid piece that's responsible for all the surface features. A prediction of it matching over and over again would be accurate, unless you're a troll. And this is exactly what it's doing. It's matching over and over again. Anybody can do this on their own and find that out. They don't need just to, just to make sure. You'll see it better if you do it yourself. That's my promise. Look, you can even see the Red Sea, the whole gouge. You could see that this has gone through it. It matches either end. It's not a figment of my imagination or anybody's imagination. It fits because it fits. And then you got the markings that are left behind here too. The discoloration, it fits those also. And it does it really easily, like it should. Then you got this area over here. You can see the marks are matching up already. Then you see oh, you see the culprit right here. See how it matches up? Look, I can't make this up. Plate tectonics is wrong, guys. There's no way around that, except for acting like you can't, or pretending you can't see this. That's the only defense they have. Anyways, I could go on and on for hours like this, but you know, I don't want to make the video that long. And like I said, I'm working on another video that's actually what I really was supposed to show you guys, but I just can't. I'm impatient, and but I'll get through it quick enough, and hopefully, and it has to do with the Red Sea right here. There's something about the Red Sea that's important that you should know. Thanks for watching.